Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for another session of Rahu in the second house of our birth chart. What happens when Rahu is placed in the second house of our birth chart? Rahu, being the north node of the moon, when placed in the second house. Before we start, we need to know that what is second house, because Rahu is placed in the second house. Second house is called as Dhan Bhav in Sanskrit as well, because it is the house of money as well, which represent wealth, our family, our livelihood, nourishment, and higher education is seen from the second house as well. Apart from that, the second marriage is also seen from the second house as well. See, for marriage we see the second house and seventh house as well, because seventh house is basically accumulation. It's a addition in the family as well, whether it is a wealth or it's something is adding, so something is coming in the second house. So that is why marriage is seen from the second house as well. And possession of, some ladies like to keep precious stones and metals, so possession of something, metals, stones, and money in cash, all these things are seen from the second house. And financial status is seen from the second house as well. All the movable property is seen from the second house. This second house is for our speech as well. The way we are talking, good or bad, is all seen from the second house. So second house plays very important role when we are talking, conversation. It plays very important role. And for the parts of the body, nose, throat, tongue, mouth, eyes, especially the right one, is all seen from the second house. That's why second house has to be given a very broader perspective, because it is the house of all resources which fulfill our all necessities in our life. That is why second house has got so much importance in our life as well. So moreover, it is a house of gains, where everything is coming. There is no single thing which is going out. Everything is coming. That is why in bank balance everything is coming. So it is a house of incomings only. That is where we check our status of our income and how much bank balance we are making and everything. Now Rahu love material world. Rahu, that is what the Rahu is. What Rahu want is, Rahu want more and more. And another thing is that when Rahu is placed in the second house, Rahu has got drishtis, as you know, as Rahu aspects the second house. From second house it aspects the sixth house, eighth house, and the 10th house. So these are the drishtis of Rahu when it is placed in the second house. Now when Rahu is placed in the second house, what happens is, when it is benefic, I'm just telling you generally, this is without any conjunction or without any aspect of malefic or benefic planets. Generally what happens when Rahu is placed in second house and it is benefic. Now when it is benefic, the flow of money is quite good, and it make the person very attractive personality, because that is what the Rahu is. Rahu is getting more and more. So these side of people, they always like to want to look good, and they just want to spend more time in their personality, especially women, when Rahu is placed there. And the person with second house, when Rahu is benefic, they achieve heights in the businesses, like in finances and in some other fields, and Rahu make a very top class businessmen, explorers. I met many astrologers who got Rahu in the second house, mathematicians, doctors as well, is all seen from the Rahu in the second house. Our ex-Prime Minister Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, if you see their chart, which is this now, you can see that he's got Rahu in the second house as well, So because Rahu in the second house is aspecting his sixth house, eighth house, and the 10th house of profession as well, make him the Prime Minister of India. He was the first Indian Prime Minister from the South India side. So this is the Rahu in the second house. So Rahu in the second house is not always malefic. When it gives the good and beneficial results, it gives a lot. It gives an immense that you will be shocked. Everyone will be shocked. Oh wow, I don't know where he's getting all that. Because what happened is Rahu gives you a desire to get more, more, and more. That is what Rahu is, and Rahu loves that. And that's why if you Rahu produced the fashion designers, producers, air hostesses, pilots, liaison officers, and especially the the stock markets and all the shares and all that. These people, they got Rahu in the second house as well, because what happened in share market is every time you need something more, more and more, and these people work 24/7. They just wait for the shares to go up, and they keep an eye on them, and they just want to get more, more and more. So this is all happen in many horoscopes I've seen. When Rahu is placed in the second house, when Rahu is not benefic in the second house and it has got affliction, and what happens is that it gives a very poor digestion, and it gives you very like your speech is not that good. You don't speak good for others, and it gives disorders to speak as well, and sometimes it gives a problem in the throat as well, and gums, and sometimes Rahu in the second house I've seen wearing the glasses as well, because the eyesight goes down as well when it is malefic. And when malefic, it takes you away from the family as well, and it makes you settle somewhere in the foreign lands as well, which is good as well sometimes, because when you settle abroad and you leave your family behind, and it is good as well because you make more money when you're abroad. So in many people charts I've seen foreign settled people, when they settle in the America, Canada, England, they have Rahu in the second house, because Rahu took them away from their birthplace. Rahu in the second house, when it is malefic, it does give a bad marriage as well. In South India, Manglik, Mars in second house is also considered as Manglik as well. Normally it is 1, 4, 7, 8, 12, but in some astrologers consider Mars in second house Manglik as well, and because second house is related with our spouse and our marriage as well, not a second marriage, but it's a union. It's addition of family member when we got married. So Rahu in second house sometimes give a disturbed married life as well. There are many examples wherein you can see that placement of Rahu in the second house does not give the satisfactory married life, because Rahu tend to give separation when its Mahadasha or Antardasha started. Malefic Rahu sometime make a person addicted to the alcohol as well. I've seen many people drinking alcohol, drugs, and the other persons as well, because they just want to keep taking it, and Rahu want them to suffer as well later on when they keep doing these sort of things. I normally advise people with the Rahu in the second house to stop drinking alcohol or any other drugs, because Rahu will make them suffer later on, because when they take these sort of things, there is no limit for that. They want more and more, and that is what the Rahu want. The benefit part of Rahu is good when Rahu make them go for the business or go for some competition. That is where the good point is. But the malefic part is when they go into drugs. I've seen majority of people Rahu in the second house take non-veg. Majority of people I've seen. So this was my quick analysis on Rahu in the second house. So Rahu in second house is not always bad, but sometimes it is so good that it gives a marvelous results, when it is placed in the second house, because from second house, when it aspects the sixth house, sixth house for your debts, for your enemies, and for your competition, you can see sixth house as well. So it gives immense amount of success in that. And when Rahu is aspecting the eighth house as well, so what happens is that it gives the mystic powers as well. That I've seen the Reiki healers and astrologers and other people who do the the black magic people who do that. I've seen their charts as well, and with the placement of Rahu in the second house as well. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This was my quick analysis on Rahu in the second house. But apart from that, you have to see that which nakshatra, the constellation sign Rahu is sitting into, to make the reading more effective. So I will see you soon with another interesting chart, and in future I will make some videos about the Rahu in the second house with the different nakshatras. So keep watching, and thank you very much for watching that. Take care.